Morning guys, welcome to lesson 1. Okay, so don't forget, have your pen and paper ready, that's going to make life a lot easier. I will get better at this, I promise you, but let's see how we get underway for our first lesson. I'm just going to kick off with this PowerPoint, so I'll start it up. Here we go. So the focus is on fractions and decimals, as you can see, and in this particular lesson we're learning about how to add decimals involving tenths. It's going to add decimals through a number of strategies, some mental strategies as well as pen and paper, and then we're going to use estimation to check how reasonable our answers are. So the first question, obviously, that's going to appear in a moment is, what is a tenth? If this represents one whole, then we break it up into 10 equal parts to represent tenths. This part here is one of those tenths, and all 10 of them equal our one whole. 1/10 can be written in a fraction form, a decimal form, or a place value chart with ones and tenths showing us separated by our decimal point. This would represent 6 tenths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 out of the 10 parts, and you can see the various forms that it can be represented by. Now, not everything comes under one whole. In fact, this one would be between 2 wholes, 1 and 8 tenths. And again, you've got the representation there. So we can have a mixed number that has whole and decimals in it as well. We can represent them on a number line. This number line here represents 13 at this point, 14 at this point. And so the arrow indicates a decimal that falls between 13 and 14. It's close to 14, halfway is marked. In fact, it is 13 and 9 tenths. And we can see how it's represented here. So you might find number lines useful. Now, why do we need tenths? Well, not everything in life comes exactly equal in an equal number of centimetres. So if this represents 1 centimetre, certain things may be shorter than a centimetre. For example, our ant. Okay, he's less than a centimetre in size. Then you can have things that are longer than a centimetre. Heaven forbid if you come across that fella. But things don't fall exactly into centimetres. So what are we going to do? We're going to do 2 elements to each of our questions. We're going to estimate, and then we're going to calculate. When we're estimating, for example, 35 and 1/10, add 20 and 3/10, we look at each of those 2 numbers and we round them. 35 and 1/10 is close to 35. 20 and 3/10 is close to 20. And so 35 and 20 is approximately, well, it is 55, and that's an approximate answer. And that little curved equals means it's approximately equal to. So there's our estimation, and then we have our calculation. I'm going to actually split the second number. So where it says partition, that means split it into 2 parts, the whole amount and the decimal. And it's mental strategy that we're using here. I keep my first number, I add the 20, so that's going to give me 55 and 1/10, and then I add the 3/10 on at the end, 55 and 4/10. Your turn now. You've got 3 sums that you can estimate and calculate. Pause the video and work on this set, which is set 10 from the worksheets, or just do these on pen and paper. Pause it and have a go. And we're back. So now you can see our 3 answers here, split up into the estimate and into the calculation. So pause while you check your work. Now it's your turn, losing my voice, not used to this. You've got these sums and you can see what sets they come to. So pause the video, work these ones out, see how you go. This is our practice exercise. And then come back and check. Pause now. Back again. All right, we've got all the answers shown here, and I'm going to go through this particular one with you just to check your understanding. So if my question was 2 and 1/10, add 7 and 8/10, I first of all estimate. 2 and 1/10 is close to 2, 7 and 8/10 is actually closer to 8. So 2 and 8 gives me an approximate answer of 10. So if I'm checking later, I need to know my answer is reasonable, so I need to know if it's close to 10. Then I calculate. And again, we do it through that method called partitioning, where we take the whole number and the decimal, split them up. Again, I'll remind you, it's a mental strategy that we can use. So 2 1/10, first of all, we're going to add the 7. We can do that in our head. 2 1/10, add 7, 9 1/10. Then we add the decimal, the tenths. Add a further 8/10, 9 9/10. Final step, check. When I check 9 9/10, it's close to 10, so I know my answer is reasonable, I'm correct, or I'm fairly confident. Go through now, check all of them. How did you go? I hope you went well. I hope you're feeling confident. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Check back with you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.